Hello, this is Antoine with another episode of Not Out and Up, but this is our first Friday spotlight for the season, and we're blessed to have an awesome guest, just like our regular shows. And y'all know how I do. We're not gonna change it up. I'm gonna go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Celeste Jackson. I'm class of 2029. I'm out of Austin, Texas, and I go to Stony Point High School.
Celeste, you ready to get into the questions?
I am.
All right, let's get into it. Celeste, where you originally from, born and raised?
So I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. My mom is from Stockton, California, and my dad is from Philadelphia. But like I said, I was born in Little Rock, and I'm basically mostly raised here in Austin. I've been here since I was, I believe, 4 or 5, I think. Yeah, so I've
Okay.
been here a long time. But yeah, so Texas mostly, and Arkansas is really all I've known. But of course, I go out to Philly and California all the time. But yeah.
Wow, so you've had an opportunity to travel and visit, like where moms and pops is
Oh,
from.
for
You've been able to
sure.
visit, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all better not mess with Celeste on the court because she got roots in Stockton, and I'm from up north, so I'm a little partial to Philly because I'm from Jersey. So man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all better not mess with Celeste on the court. That's cool. That's cool. Celeste out there representing up north and throwing up the west side. West side. Man, that's cool. So, when did you get started in basketball?
Oh, okay. So I started in the fourth grade, I believe. When I started, I did not want to play at all. My dad played at the D1 and D2 level. So of course everybody expects you like to take after your parents, and I wasn't that type of person at all. Like I didn't want to do any type of sports. I wasn't feeling like getting sweaty, anything like that. I didn't like the idea of being just like my dad, just because like I feel like I'm a girl. I don't feel like I need to play sports or anything like that. But we tried out basketball. We tried out a neighborhood sport. It was a little team, and he had signed me up, and I was so mad. I really was. I was like, I don't know why you signed me up for this. Like, I never told you to do this, and I was crying. It was a whole big thing. But when I tried it out, and I think I had my first practice, and it was okay. But I had my first game, and I loved it. And like ever since that point on, we've just been going up for there. But I really got serious about it in about, I would say, the seventh grade.
In seventh grade. Cool. So I'm gonna start you off as a mentor early on in this show because I'm a parent of some younger kid. My son, my actually my youngest is younger than you.
Hmm.
My second youngest is my daughter who's in her senior year in high school,
Hmm.
and so I'm going to ask this because I've experienced it with my kids, and I know other people experience it. What would you say to the young person who has a parent who's pushing them to be active and play in the sport and they have the same apprehensions that you have, really don't want to play? What advice could you give them now, seeing how it's turned out for you? What would you say to them?
That's an amazing question. I would definitely say just to try it. Like you never really know what can happen. You never know the people that you can meet, the opportunities you can take, and where it could really take you. Because basketball has shown me so much that I never really thought was possible. Like the relationships I've built, the people I've met, from coaches to teammates to everybody. It's a crazy experience from how young I was to now. But I would say just try it. Like try out something new, even if it's a sport that you don't think that you would like or that you would even really be interested in. Try it because you never really know what can happen, who you can meet, and where it can really take you.
That's good. That's good. So, with not wanting to play at first, did it have an effect on even the energy that you were putting into the game and how hard you were working with practices and games? Did you see the effect, or did you kind of give you all into it and say, "Hey, let me give it a shot"?
I mean, in the beginning, I kind of gave the bare minimum, I'm not gonna lie, because it's like I don't really know why I'm here. Like I didn't sign up for this, so it's like I don't really have anything else to give y'all. But at the same time, when I started to fall more and more in love with it, you want to get better at what you do. Like you don't want to be, to me, I didn't want to be that trash tall girl that was like, dang, she can't really do nothing. And that was even me in the fourth grade. So it's like I wanted to get better and I wanted to do something that I love to do, and that really was what I love to do. So over the time, I put more work into it, more and more. I think about in this, I think I was in the seventh grade, starting in seventh grade. We watched a video. Flage, and she was running miles in the morning, early in the morning before school when she was in, I can't remember if it was middle school or high school. And my dad showed me the video and he was like, "Do you really want to be great? Like, do you want to be good or do you want to be great?" And I want to be great. Everybody wants to be great, but you have to
Right.
take the steps to get there. And that's when we started the workouts before school. So I started getting up. I think school started at 8:15 or 8:25. I think I would be getting up at 6. We did workouts from 6:15 almost to like 7:30, 7:45, and then I would go home and get ready for school. But we started doing that in the seventh grade, and we've been doing it ever since. But yeah, it's been carrying on. But it's been amazing. It wasn't easy at first. It still isn't easy now. I mean, waking up early, especially if you don't go to sleep at the right time, is crazy. Like you don't want to do anything at all. But you pushing yourself is really what's going to make you get better. And you know if it's going to help you at the end of the day, then you got to do what you got to do.
That's good. That's good. So, what is it like having a parent who's already played on the collegiate level? Like, what are some of the benefits that you feel like you've been able to receive having that wisdom right
Oh
in
my
your
goodness.
corner?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's an amazing feeling, to be honest, because you never really know what type of feeling everybody has. I mean, everybody's different. The trainers that you can go to are different. One could be way different than another. Coaches are different. So you never really know, but knowing that it's your father is kind of a different level because you trust him. You don't have to worry about him lying to you or him not being through it. Or I can't tell you like you never been in my position, so what are you talking to me for? No, it's not none of that at all. He's been through it all from the highest levels to even the levels, even a little bit lower than that, but they're still crazy. So it's like, it's
Right.
better to get insight from him, in my opinion, than anybody else because he's been through it all. And it's easier to get insight from somebody that's been through
Okay.
everything. But yeah, it's really amazing. It helps me a lot. I know it does because even when you don't want to listen to him, he's gonna tell you right from wrong. And at the end of the day, he's gonna be right. So you might as well listen. But
That's
yeah, it's
good.
really amazing.
That's good. That's good. Were there any other sports that you tried out in your youth?
Um, It's really been basketball. In seventh grade, I did do volleyball. And it was actually pretty fun. I liked it. I still like volleyball. It's not bad. It's not a bad sport at all. If I didn't play basketball, I definitely think I would play volleyball. But the only sport I ever did outside of basketball was volleyball for that 1 year, and I haven't done it since at all. It's really just been on the grind from that point on. But yeah, volleyball is really fun. I like volleyball.
Okay, all right. And if you did say it already, excuse me, but when did you start like the whole travel basketball circuit, or did you do some rec center, or did you start travel very early on? Like, what's been your experiences with basketball so far?
So when I started in the fourth grade, obviously I was doing neighborhood sports, so like things in my area, up until about we'll say maybe the sixth grade. I was still in Austin, but that's when I started to go to like actual tournaments and stuff like that. Outside of that, I was on a team, I think a year older than me. So I was on an older team and I wasn't playing as much, but I was having fun, so it didn't really matter to me. But yeah, so we were playing teams, that were outside of our area, but I was still playing in Austin. And then I really started the actual like AAU travel ball in the seventh grade. Yeah, we started in the seventh grade. So that's when I started AAU. I was on Sci-Fair and my journey has been amazing from there. We've been going to many different places. Basketball has taken me to many different places that I never thought I would ever get to go to. Like we've been to Phoenix, Chicago, all types of places. It's crazy. But yeah, so I started travel ball in the seventh grade.
Right. So it's funny because normally there's times I get to ask people, hey, the importance of being a part of travel ball, and these are sometimes players that have been 4, 5, 6 years removed because they're now playing on in college. That was just 2 years ago for you. So I want to ask you very early. You talked about the travel, but just like in your opinion, when you're talking to the young person, how important is it to get involved with travel basketball?
In my opinion, it's really important because, like I said, you never know the relationship that you can build. Relationships are really important. But on top of that, the exposure is really what helps you a lot. I knew that if I wanted to be great, I was gonna have to play with great and elite players that were gonna make me better. And being on a team that made me better, made me want to push myself even more, helped me so much, especially going out to play against even better players that make you better. And like I said, the exposure is really great. I've been to two seasons through having like live events and stuff like that. So college coaches get to come and watch you play, which is it was so nerve-wracking. My first live session was in the seventh grade. So coaches came to watch our team play because our team is crazy. Any Cypher team, you know, is crazy. But
Right, right, right.
they would come and watch you play, and just any at all being in the atmosphere with college coaches already is just crazy in general. And to me, I think it's really cool because, like I said, relationships are really important. You never know the people you might meet, whether it's a D2 school, D1, you never really know because that coach could be at a way different school 5 years from now. You never know.
Right.
But yeah, so being in that atmosphere really helps me a lot, and it helped me a lot. I think my second I think in my first or second, I can't remember. First or second offer was off of a live event from Prairie View A&M. So that
Okay.
was really great. But yeah, it's really cool. It's nerve-wracking, obviously, but you know, if you play your game and you show them what you can do, then everything will work out.
That's good. So I want to ask, like, already you're just in your freshman year,
Mhm.
and you get to play on this large platform. You've been able to travel. You've been able to meet coaches. You've been able to get visits and offers and things like that, and interest already. I want to ask, how do you remain humble at this early stage in your career where you don't let it get to your head and feel like you've already arrived? Well, like, how do you maintain, staying humble?
In my opinion, this is just the beginning for me. This is not the end of my journey, nor is it the middle, nor is like you never really know, but this is the beginning of my journey for me. So I feel like, in my opinion, how much faith I put in God and how much He's done for me, you can't be on your high horse about that, in my opinion. Like I put my glory into Him and He's done so much for me. So all I can do really is be humble, keep my head down, and keep working because he's gonna bless you regardless. But yeah, so this has really been all a learning experience, but a blessing to me. These offers, these interests, the evaluations, everything has been crazy for me, and it's very overwhelming. But having a great support system around you helps you so much, and especially the people that's telling you to be humble and make sure that you don't let it get over your head because you never really know. People are always working to be better than you, and you should always want to be better than other people. Like you want to be
Right,
the best. Um,
right.
so yeah, it's really helped me. But long story short, being humble, in my opinion, is the best thing to do. I don't want to ever seem cocky or like I'm better than another person because that's not the case. But yeah.
That's good. That's good. And so again, I've been able to see some small clips on your pages and things, and so I see again. I see the grit in you. I see the times where people try to test you on the court, and I see that other side come out, Celeste. But I want to ask, like, as you're just getting started in your freshman year, have you developed a takedown list yet? Like where you've seen some players that maybe highly ranked out there. Like I was even before I got on the interview, I kind of peeked through. I always look at the ESPN Hoop Girls list.
Mhm.
And so do you have lists like that where you say, okay, I'm gonna run each one of them down? It's funny, this year I'm right here in North Carolina and I see the young gentleman, I think his last name is Wilson.
Mhm.
I think that's his name. And he's been on the interviews talking about how he played in the McDonald's All American game and didn't get a pass thrown to him. So every game he has something on his screensaver that motivates him. So do you have that early on in your career where you like? I remember even Kobe Bryant back in the day talking about it. How when there were people ranked over him, those were people that he was out for. It was funny because we had Tim Thomas in Paterson, New Jersey, and at one point, I think Tim might have been the number one player over Kobe, and I think Kobe ended up surpassing him on that list their senior year. But Kobe had that takedown list. Do you have that today, or are you just motivated by seeing other greatness out there and just wanting to be better yourself?
In my opinion, I'm definitely motivated by other people. Everybody is elite. There's a lot of elite and great players out there that started before you, been doing 10 times the work you even knew. It's crazy. You never really know what people are doing behind closed doors. Coming into basketball in the fourth grade, I felt like sometimes the people that I were playing with that were my age, I felt like I was kind of late. Like
Right.
I thought that I was behind and that I don't know, I wasn't as caught up as everybody else was, but at the same time, you know your time is coming and my time
Right.
definitely has came and it still is. But like I said, everybody's elite, everybody's a great player, but it is motivation for me for sure. Because you always want to be better than the next person. You always want to be the best. Everybody wants to be, like I said, everybody wants to be elite, everybody wants to be great. And that's the main mentality that I do have. But yeah, sometimes there are times that I'll look at the next person and I'll think like maybe I'm not seeing it. But hey,
Right.
I said,
Right.
somebody has to do it. If it's not gonna be you,
Got you.
who else is it gonna be? But yeah,
Got you.
I'm definitely motivated by it though, for sure.
And the awesome thing about having you on, Celeste, is I always do a little bit of homework, so I get to see some other interviews and things like that. I think Celeste, I think you're just as hungry in the classroom too.
Yeah.
What drives you in the classroom? Because from the interview I saw, it seems like you're doing some big things as a student first.
hmm
So
Um,
talk to that a little bit for us.
Well, being a student always comes before an athlete. Coaches are always going to say that. I'm going to say that too because you can't play unless you passing. But in my opinion, it's better to be overpassing, just passing than like the 70s, 75s, you know. But yeah, so I am in AP and all advanced classes. None of my classes are easy.
All right.
They give a lot of work. It's literally, to me, in my opinion, with my school, it's the same work, just 10 times more than you really need to be doing, in my
All
opinion.
right.
So
Got you.
it makes me focus on time management, which is not my strong suit, but we're getting better at it. But yeah, so the classes have definitely challenged me this year. Going the transition from middle school to high school was definitely different. Middle school, we weren't doing much to be honest, but high school, they challenge you a lot and they want you to be better for yourself as a student. So it's not like I'm looking at rankings and like what rank I am in class, but at the same time, I do want to excel in every class that I'm in, and grades do really matter to me, in my opinion. It look nice on the paper, so yeah.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So how do you? I know you talked about the time management, but how do you keep a balance, like with your practice schedule, your workouts, and it's still having your schoolwork to do? Like, what are some tips you can give the young person, even outside beyond the time management? We always get that on the show, so we know that's a very important part of it. But what are some other things did you do that you may do just to make sure you keep a balance and making sure you're giving each portion of your life the right amount of time?
I definitely think mindset is the first thing. Like I said, with the amazing support system around me of my parents, it's a lot easier when you have people supporting you, telling you to keep going and that you got it, like you can handle it all. Sometimes you feel like you can't. But at the same time, like I said, coming into this year, I knew that it was going to be a challenge and it wasn't going to be easy. But at the same time, you kind of got to push through. Like I've been figuring it out. I have different portions in the day, especially at school. Our classes, I have A days and B days, so I have four classes a day. So I have three core classes, and then the rest of my day is basketball. But my classes are really long. They're almost like an hour and 45 minutes. So I get a lot of my work done in class, and the work that I don't get done in class, I do at home either before I go to my workouts or in after practice or when I get home. I try to get into bed at like 10:45, 11:30. You never really know. But before I go to bed, if it's that important and it's that mandatory, I try to get it done beforehand. And there are other days that I have to wake up early before school to get the assignments I need to get done so that it's not an overload before the marking period ends and then you're struggling because you didn't get the assignments done that you could have did on the day that you got it done. So any extra time I have to get extra stuff done, I do take those opportunities because it's better to do it earlier than do it late. But yeah, just taking the opportunities I can, using the opportunities I can, to do the extra work and take the extra mile so that it's easier for me later on.
That's good. That's good. And so, what you're in your freshman year? What are some goals that you set for yourself in your first year in high school?
Goals. Okay, so I definitely want to have good grades. That's always the first thing. I don't want to have too many B's. We've been sitting this marking period. I think I had all A's and two B's. So we're gonna try to get it up to all A's. I'm trying my best. I swear I am. I'm right there. I'm right there.
Right.
That better time management. Just being a student athlete is not only about my schoolwork and about basketball, obviously, and the workouts that I'm in, but it's also helping out around the house because the
Got you.
house also needs help. So,
All right.
making sure to do the things I can around the house when they're needed to be done without people asking me, that's definitely something I need to work on, but we working on it and I'm doing it. But yeah, those are really my main two things. And also making sure that I'm still being a kid and having fun because a lot of people don't do that. I know I don't do it all the time because I don't be feeling like it. I don't go out the house a whole bunch. But when I do get the opportunities, when I do get the free days and the afternoons off and stuff like that, I do like to go out with my friends a lot because that helps me. And that's a goal I want to make for next year is to actually hang out with people and get out the house because I don't. And it's kind of scary and it's kind of scaring me because they tell me to get out the house more than I do, which is
Right.
kind of crazy. But yeah, I definitely want to hang out with the people I love because I do love hanging out with my friends, but I'd be tired. But yeah, hanging out with my friends, time management, and helping out around the house with my parents when I can, for sure.
That's good. That's good. So I know I can see that your parents are doing an awesome job, but I think it's okay to have that delayed gratification and that, where you may miss, some of the outings sometime today, you're working on some bigger goals, which is
Mhm.
awesome. Like I congratulate you on what you've been able to accomplish. And so, I think it's good. And it seems like you're finding a way to bring that balance and having a little fun, having that outside time. But it is some of the greats in the game that gave up a little bit of that freedom and that fun early on so that
Mhm.
they can be where they want to be. So moms and pops, I can see is doing a good job just pushing you and making sure that they're keeping that balance in your life. So I know you said you haven't been going out a lot, but I will ask, like, what are some things that Celeste likes outside of sports in school? Like, if you have the opportunity, are there things that you like to do specifically?
So I don't have any siblings at all.
Uh,
So it's just me, my mom, my dad, and my cats. So I love to hang out with my family. I'm
that's
very, very, very family orientated. They're all I have. So I'm with my family a whole bunch. And like I said, I do like to stay in the house. But outside of that, I love to shop. I love to spend money. Doesn't matter if it's my money, but I do like to spend money. And I like to go to the movies. I like to watch movies a lot and watch like TV shows and stuff in my room because laying down and watching a movie to me is really fun. I don't know about other people.
cool, cool. I was about
Yeah.
to ask you, are you more movies, more TV shows? Do you like reading? Like what are the things that you like to do even with the inside of the house? Are you more of a do binge watching on a specific show, or you like movies more?
Hmm. That's a good question. I think I'm a mix of both, to be honest. Right now, Stranger Things is about to come out next week on
Okay,
the 26th.
okay,
So I forgot what it was about, so I'm rewatching it now.
okay,
So I'm watching that right now. I already watched like Jenny and Georgia and everything like that. But I might say shows. I definitely
okay.
say shows because shows to me they're interesting because it's something new every episode. Like movies, it's kind of the same thing. I do have favorite movies, obviously, but shows are more interesting to me because it gives you something new every day. And it's like when I clean my room and stuff, I have something to look at new, like not the same movie every time. And I can't always sit still in the same spot on the same movie for like 3 hours. So I like shows a lot.
Cool, cool. So, are you a student of the game? Do you watch a lot of film? Do you watch players before you? Do you have, a player that you kind of model your game after? I know that was kind of a loaded question, but first, are you a student of the game?
I definitely am. I do like to watch basketball. Not always. I will say that because when you play so much basketball, sometimes you need a break. But I do love to play and I do love to watch basketball, especially college women's basketball. I go to a lot of games, college games, especially being out here in Texas. I love Texas basketball, so I love to go watch that. But for sure, I do. We watch it. We watch film all the time on games. I don't always like film, but today it helps you get better. But yeah, I definitely am.
That's good. That's good. So do you have currently, let's start it on the college level. Do you have a current college player that you really love their game? Like who's your um and
Mm.
and and I'm a cheat because Mr. Rogers be doing his homework. So I would assume one of them probably plays right on that Texas team.
Mm. Hmm. No,
Name might be Booker.
it might be.
Who are some players that you like watching?
I definitely like Madison Booker. I love watching her play. It's really enjoyable to me.
Right.
We're closer in the same height, but I really just love her game. She's an all-around player, and I love that about her. A new player, I will say though, that I really do like, and I haven't really mentioned a lot, is Sarah Strong. I do love
Gotcha.
her as a player. She's a very versatile player. She
Yes.
really can do it all, and she's big. Like she's not a little point guard. I can't always model my game after smaller people. I can't do that. But she's the type of person that I can be like, I know I can do that for sure. And she's not
Right.
a very crazy player. She does the simple things, but her
Yeah,
and Joyce Edwards do the kind of the same thing. So I definitely like them both.
that's good. I was just watching a clip of Gino Oriema talking about how he hasn't had a lot of players like Sarah, but someone that he can be talking to the whole team, and it's like she's staring into his
Staring
soul.
straight at him.
Yeah, like
Yeah. We
she's
watched that
trying.
video. He sent that
Yeah,
to me.
I was just watching it, so I was like,
Yeah.
wow, and it's funny. I'm a little upset being here in the North Carolina area, and that I don't always jump on the train on time. And so I had Sarah an hour away playing at Grace Christian.
Hmm.
And the only time I had an opportunity of catching a portion of her game was her senior year. I went to go see Twin Backcourt, me and Maya Paldo that came down from New Jersey. And so I
Hmm.
went to go see them at the John Wall Classic that they have here in North Carolina. And Sarah's team was playing before. And so I have another buddy. We talk about the game and stuff a lot. And so I think I was telling him who was playing. He was like, yo, you just got to see the number one player in the country playing Sarah Strong. And so she had
Yeah.
just got off the court. And I was like, oh my God. And then I found like, yo, she was an hour away and I didn't catch one Grace Christian game. But yeah, Sarah is tough. Like just being able to see a little bit of that game. They were pure dominance on that game on the court that day when they played. So she's an awesome player. So definitely cool. I've been able to watch you, and I just see such greatness in your game. I know there's going to be continued growth. You have an awesome personality. Like I could
You.
see you doing so much in the game and bringing
Thank
so
you
much
so
to the
much.
game. So keep up definitely the great work. So you're in your first year, and so I don't want to get deep into this question, but man, I don't want to mess up your recruiting process, but do you have a school that you I mean, and I think it's normal for a young player like you, like I would love to play here. Do you have a school that you would love to play at if you had a pick?
I do not.
Okay,
No, I don't. I'm really open to anything. I love all schools. You can't really get like, to me, as young as I am, you can't really get a feel for like one school
got you.
yet. So I'm really open to everything. I love all the schools right now. I can't really
Oh my,
tell you.
you are just so great at answering these questions. If you didn't answer it that way, you would have answered wrong. You're so great at this. I'm watching the
Thank
growth
you.
as we go because I get to watch other interviews. That was a perfect answer. That was a great job.
Of
That was a
course.
great job. And I think it's important that you have that open mindset. So real all joking aside, I think it's important that you have that mindset because like you said, so many things change over the years. Like you can like a system and say you're local, so you have a lot of awesome programs right there in Texas. But you could like a system, a coach could be gone. You can like somebody that's maybe on that team, they could transfer out. And things and programs change all the time. So I think, you having that open mindset, I think is great because man, I'm excited about having you on my platform because I know that in the next few years, I'm gonna be able to sit back and know that you're gonna be playing on a program that I'm sure is gonna end up being a top 5 program because I see those type of schools going after you. I mean, this is no knock on the schools that's already giving you offers, but I
Mhm.
when I see great people, I think there's so much that lines up into God opening those doors. It's not
Mhm.
just about how great you are on the court. You know, I can hear your face side and when you talk and how you're very trusting in God and worship, praising him, like those doors will open. And your
Mhm.
personality is such an awesome personality. So I believe he's going to open doors for you. So I'm looking forward to being able to sit back and say, it's funny because even we talked earlier that I'm having an opportunity to go see Aubriana Showgreen. She's
Mhm.
going to be playing here in the Fayetteville area. I've had the opportunity to go back and see the twins, me and Maya. They played here at North. They played against North Carolina State here
Yeah.
at the open up the season.
Mhm.
So I am looking forward. I think that's the only tough thing. I get players to end up playing at schools in the Midwest or something, and I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get to see them play. But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to having an opportunity, hopefully, to see you play in the area, or maybe I get to travel to go see you play as
Yeah.
time go on. So that's good. And I just want to ask, we're getting close to the end,
Mhm.
but if you're talking to a group of young people that want to be where you are, say some middle schoolers, like what are some key things you can give them to putting them in a position to have the opportunities that you're having now to play at a high level?
Okay. The first thing I'm gonna start with is consistency. A lot of compliments I get from coaches is my consistency, and the only reason I can give for that is the work behind it. You can't really say that you're consistent when you go to the gym one day and then don't the next 3 days, and then you go to the gym and then it's like you can't really be on and off with that. But in my opinion, being consistent is really important. Going to the gym every day and doing something to get better every day so that you are that 1% better every single day helps you a lot, no matter what it is. There are definitely things I can work on and that I am working on so that I can be the best version of myself. But definitely being consistent is key and keeping the right mindset. It's not always easy and it's not always going to be easy no matter what you're doing. But regardless of that, it's still good to keep faith in yourself and believe in yourself because if not you, who else? It can't always be somebody else doing things like that for you. I mean, you got to believe in yourself before anybody else. But I definitely think keeping the right mindset is also very important because it's easy to say that you want to give up. I obviously have a million and one times, but at the same time, you know it's all going to pay off in the end, no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears you do cry, and it's not going to matter at the end because you know that you're going to make it out and everything's going to be all right at the end of the day. But I definitely say that and just keep working. Like it doesn't matter who you think is passing you up or who you're seeing doing better than you at the time because at the end of the day, your time is going to come, no matter what. And no matter how long you think it's taking, it's right there up under you. You never really know. That's definitely my problem. That was my problem. I thought I was too busy at looking at the people around me and looking at everybody else's success. I wasn't really worried about mine and I wasn't seeing what really was in front of me and the opportunities that were in front of me. But when I did take those opportunities and when I did get to show what I could do, it just kept coming. It kept
That's
coming
good.
and coming and coming. And it's very rewarding and it made me really, really, really happy. And that was like the click in my brain to know that I got it. Like as long as I believe in myself, because I wasn't at first. But when you do believe in yourself before anybody else, that's really what's going to take you to the next level. And just knowing that you can do it if you put your mind to it. But yeah, definitely being consistent, hardworking, and having the right mindset, in my opinion, is the best things that you really can do to be the best version of yourself, not anybody else.
That's good. So you talked on having a good mindset because so many people just put a focus on the physical aspect of the game.
Mhm.
How important is it to also be mindful of the mental aspect of sports and playing basketball at a high level? How important is that?
It's very important. No matter what, if it's workouts early in the morning, late at night, in the middle of the day, games, you never scrimmages, like you always have to keep that mindset that you are the best person in the gym, no matter who's in there. Like, I don't care who's in the gym. I'm the best person in the gym. Because if you don't believe it again, who will?
Right.
But in my opinion, your mental health, mental mindset is the best thing that you can do for yourself because to me, I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, how can I put it? Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Okay. My first game ever, I was so nervous. And I remember not even my first game, a few games into me playing, I would get so down on myself for any mistake I made. Mind you, I was like 10. But I would get so mad at any mistake I made. Like every loss we had, I'm over here dribbling the ball hard as crap outside the gym. Like I was mad at myself. I was mad at the world because I had a bad game. Like, and I was so hard on myself. But I also think that at the same time, it's part of me learning that this is my first time living. This is my first time doing this. This is not like I've been doing this forever. This is me
You
learning.
sure this is your first time? Because you don't
I'm
quite handle
positive.
these
I'm
interviews
positive.
like.
Yeah. But you gotta give yourself a little bit of grace because this is still a learning experience for me. And that's definitely what I also had to grasp because, like I said, I was always too busy looking at the people around me and looking at everybody else's successes but mine. So you can't really focus on yourself when you're too worried about everybody else. But definitely knowing and believing in myself that I can do this no matter what, no matter how much work it's gonna take to get there, I can get there. So I know that I can do it. But yeah, so definitely believing in yourself and putting the work in to get there. You can't expect yourself to get there without doing anything to meet your mark. But yeah, so definitely that.
Cool, cool. So we're getting ready to wrap it up, and I have two questions I always ask on the back end. But this my first episode just came out a week ago, and I always have my Monday morning thoughts that we do every Monday. And so the first Monday morning thought was called season opener, and so it talked about each season being a new opportunity to grow, to go to new levels, to leave some things behind. And so that was the first season over. So anybody that hasn't seen it, you got to go back to the first weekend and watch that Monday morning thought that came out called season opener. And so I have reflective questions that I like to ask, and I just want to ask you two questions, kind of in the premise of this being a new season for you, not just in that the basketball season just started, but it's a new season in life for you because you're starting your high school career. And
Hmm.
so I just want to ask a couple of the reflective questions. We're not going to go through them all, but what would you could be considered maybe something old, and the verbiage says old baggage that you need to leave behind to make this new season of your career a clean slate, like where you're truly starting off fresh. What's something, maybe some habits you had on the level prior to high school? What are some things that you've had to make some adjustments to as you go forward and being your very best as a freshman basketball player?
So I definitely have two things. The first thing I'm gonna say, a part of the as far as mentally is comparing myself. I always compared myself to the next person, the person who was older than me, or the person that was in the same grade as me, but they appear and I'm like right there, and I hate being right there. I always want to be above the next person, but I would definitely say comparing myself because, like I said, everybody's on their own path and on their own journey, and no
Mm-hmm.
matter how long it's going to take you to get there, you will. And I'm definitely gonna say the next thing is confidence. I am not always the most confident person in myself, and I wasn't, but I definitely think this season I've gotten a lot better at it. And the thing that helped me get there was my middle school season. Going into a new school, it was definitely different. I didn't know nobody at the school at all, so it was kind of crazy. And the one person that I did like, I knew partially, she tore her ACL the first game of the season. So I was alone the entire season. I had not really anybody to help me out. So it was part of confidence because boys, middle school girls, they always want to see you shine. If they know that you can do something, then they want to hype you up to be the greatest. And if you don't do something, they're going to make fun of you or things like that. But I think what stuck with me is being confident in myself and knowing that no matter what the next person has to say about me, they're not on my level, so I shouldn't be worried about what they have to say about me at all.
Good.
But
That
yeah, just
that's good.
yeah, keeping my head down and making sure that I'm staying on the right path so that I can be the best version of myself no matter what the next person has to say.
All right. And real quick, the second reflective question I actually posted on the page for that Monday morning thought was, when this season ends, what do you want to be proud you didn't hold back on?
Mm, that's a great question. Ah, what do I want to be proud of? I didn't hold back on. Trying new things. I
Got you.
definitely want to jump out of my comfort zone and I definitely want to, like I said, be the best version of myself. Coming out of your comfort zone. Coming out of your comfort zone also comes with just being able to do the things that you didn't think that you could do the first year or a couple months earlier or things like that. I'm not as good with my non-dominant hand, and that's something that I want to be like crazy at. I want to be so I want people to think that I'm left-handed. Like I really do because I'm not at all. But I definitely want to work on the things that I haven't been working on earlier. But trying new things is definitely going to be like my main takeaway from this season, and I definitely don't want anything to go unsaid. I want to feel like I've done everything that needed to be done, that I was a great teammate to everybody, and I helped us win because I'm not too worried about points. Of course, those are amazing, those are great, but I want to be the person that helped us win no matter what. But yeah, I definitely want that to be my takeaway for this season.
That's cool. That's cool. So we're gonna get into the last two questions because the last, Mr. We could go on for hours. You do such a great job at this, and you make it
Thank
so
you.
fun at asking these questions. But we're gonna get into the last two questions. How important is it to have positive people in your circle?
Ooh, it's super important in my opinion. When you are the person that's always doubting yourself and thinking that you can't do it, it's always so important to have that person to tell you that you can, because you can be the person that is your own enemy. You can be down on yourself over and over and over again and get yourself into a hole you can't get yourself out of. But I definitely think it's important to have a person or people who help you and who support you no matter what, no matter if it's a bad game or the greatest game of your life or the worst game of your life, you still want that person to be there to tell you that you got it, keep working, and move on. Like it's not really much that you can do. You can't stay stuck on the same thing forever. And you just got to know that life goes on. The world keeps spinning. So definitely having a great support system has helped me the most. My parents are my best friends, and they've helped me through literally everything. This journey
That's
has
good.
been it's been nothing without them. And the glory of God, obviously. But
That's awesome. That's
um yeah, having a great support system is super duper duper important, and I want to encourage everybody else to have a great support system, whether it's your parents, best friend, cousins, whatever the case may be. Having important people to you around you helps you so much, and it makes you want to keep going. That's your motivation, whether it's people that you don't know or people that are closest to you. But yeah, definitely having that person to motivate you no matter what, whether you're going through the craziest things or not, is super duper duper important.
That's good. That's good. And so our last question, I already know the answer because I hear you say it all the time. And you actually said it early on the show, but we're gonna go ahead and check this question off and do it. The last question we always ask:
Okay.
who or what is it that inspires you most in life?
Ah, oh my goodness, I love this question. I know he loves this question too. My dad. Oh my gosh, people are gonna be so wowed to hear that. My dad is my biggest inspiration,
That's
my
cool.
hero, my best friend. He's been here through literally everything, and I would be nowhere without him. He's
That's
been
good.
there from my little days to now, and I know he'll be there at the end of my journey from he's been here through everything. Long story short, it's kind of crazy seeing how much me and him together have been through. Whether it's like how frustrated I get with myself, but like I said, the amazing support system is built around me and him in our relationship. It's grown so much through basketball in general because it's basketball can do crazy things, but it's definitely grown our bonds so much, and conversations have been had that are good and bad over basketball, but mainly it's something that's brought us together in the best way possible. But like I said, he's my mentor, he's my hero, he's my biggest inspiration. And even when I
Yeah.
don't want to hear everything he has to say, like I said, he's gonna tell you right from wrong, and he's gonna be right about it. And at the end of the day, when you do what he's asking you to do, you look back on it and you're like, dang, he really was right, even though you didn't want to listen to it in the moment. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I love him so much. I love you so much. And thank you. But yeah, definitely my dad.
Man, your dad is definitely gonna go on out and ups. Awesome dads list. I'm blessed to connect with him to get you on the show. And he goes along with DJ Paldo, the father of Mia and Maya Paldo, as well as Mr. William Fauntleroy, the father of Bella Fauntleroy that's playing at Baylor. So I've been able. It's been awesome and definitely encouraging to me just to see the awesome fathers behind these awesome players. So I just appreciate what he's done, and impacting your life, and definitely being a part, him and your mother being a part of just the awesome young lady that you are. And man, this game is in for Jim as I continue to get to see you watch you grow. It is definitely, I'm honored to be a part of your journey. And so I appreciate, him and your parents allowing me to step in to have this interview. Hopefully we get to do a follow up once you make
Of
your college.
course.
You make your college decision. I would love to do a follow up. Once you start your college career, I
Yeah.
want to be a part of your continued journey. So I appreciate you, Celeste. After a day of school and practice, being able to take time out your schedule to offer some awesome gems just in the information that you have offered on this episode. So you all watching, I do it every show. I let y'all know it is good to be great in the sport that you're playing, but it's even better to be great in life. But all the great information that Celeste has offered means nothing if you're not intentional in applying it. So if you're a young student athlete, you have an awesome example in front of you. A young lady that's not just doing it in the game, she's doing it also in the classroom. And that's going to open so many doors for her. Even if you watch the character and just her demeanor, like those things are going to open up so many doors for Celeste. So you have an example in front of you. And if you'll be intentional in applying some of these things that she's been able to give you on today, is going to help you soar to high levels. So I thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Celeste, for joining us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you all for joining us. Continue to join us. Hey, this was our first Friday Spotlight. Looking forward to having awesome young players, that we're watching across the country come on to the show. But hey, continue joining us as we continue to go out and up. We'll see you next episode.